Doesn't look like for the AI hopium bubble burst. I don't think that we're in an AI bubble. Not yet. I think that we are going to get into an AI bubble, but we're still very much. And remember, look, the dot com bubble. Some of you might have been around for. Some of you may not have. I was 14 years old when the dot com bubble happened, so I was old enough to know that things didn't do well. The stock market crashed, blah blah blah. I didn't know why. I didn't even know what the stock market actually did back then when I was 14. But it took years for the dot com bubble to actually get to a point of bursting. AI just really kind of started to ramp up in late December. I mean, that's when we really started to see Chat GPT uh, become mainstream and wow a lot of people. And then we saw more AI products come out of the woodwork. And then, yeah, there was some influence on AI really starting to take over, and people were talking about it in their earnings calls. And it was just like anytime AI was mentioned, the stock moved up. But I don't think we're anywhere near a bubble yet because we're still very much in its infancy. So maybe I'm off base by this, but I still think that we're still very early in the AI game. So to sit here and say that we're in a bubble, an AI bubble, I just don't think that's happened quite yet. Still think that we're very much in the early stages of that. Come talk to me in about a year or a year and a half, and then we can potentially have that conversation again. And I might agree with you. But right now, I think that it's a little bit too early just yet. Watching that zone now at 96.20, it's going to become the next resistance. And 94 kind of seems as if that was a potential bottom for it. Obviously, we'll see what happens. We'll see what um, Lisa Sue comes out and talks on her conference call, what we can hear from them. Is there going to be renewed confidence restored in here? Or is it going to be all doom and gloom? We'll have to wait and see. But give me your guys' thoughts if you're watching this later. My initial thoughts here on AMD are this: guidance came in and shit the bed, but they ended up beating on everything else. They came in and beat on earnings per share. They came in. If you guys didn't get the news, they came in at 70 cents, beating expectations by 2 cents. The expectation there was at 68. Revenue came in at $5.8 billion. That's a 4.1% year over year increase, and they beat expectations there by 110 million. Why did the stock crash? The stock took a dive because of guidance here. Guidance was expected to come in at 6.39 billion. And they came in and the actual was at 6.1 billion. Really, the other part of this was also their data center growth coming in below expectations. The revenue there was at $1.6 billion. That's a flat growth year over year on their data center CPUs. So another big reason why the stock took a dive. Now, what does this mean to you? I think, in my opinion, that this $94 a share area could have been the bottom. We'll have to see what they say on their conference calls. But the growth here, I think, is still really, really good. We come in and look at this. I would really like to see I think that there's potential for this to get to $120 a share, maybe by the end of the year. So pretty decent move if we get it from AMD for that, end of the year push. Do we see a Santa Claus rally out of AMD? I think that there's certainly potential for that. We'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.